Healy is different, and Healy is extremely versatile. This little game changer is the first smartphone-controlled wearable that provides easy support in all important areas of your life with the use of frequencies. Healy analyzes the frequencies you need right now. Then the smart wearable applies subtle currents and individualized frequencies to your body via its electrodes. It strengthens your balance and harmonizes imbalances. Fitness, health, and inner and outer beauty. Healy, over 120 programs to provide energetical support for you, for your body, and for your cells. Every single cell in our body is a small power plant that constantly produces energy. One thing is particularly important for this, the natural cell membrane voltage. And this is where the Healy comes in. With Nuno Nina's Gold Cycle programs that focus on rebalancing your cells. Healy also has suitable programs for many other applications on board. Programs for the treatment of headache or back pain, but also for learning, concentration, or exams. Healy can even support you with depression, sleep disorders, and stress. The Healy Beauty programs are supposed to support your inner and outer beauty energetically. In sports, the Healy is meant to promote performance, muscles, and regeneration. At home or on the go, in your leisure time or at work. In our opinion, health begins with good balance in all areas of life. This is what Healy stands for, state-of-the-art wearable technology, made in Germany to the highest standards. Based on use by 2,000 therapists worldwide, who have seen as many as 500,000 patients. Healy, for me, and for you, and for everyone.
And this is the beautiful thing about Healy, is that it really is the next evolution of health and freedom. I feel like we are entering a new age. We are entering a new age in so many ways. From the perspective of health, as we will start to go through here, we'll see science that is completely cutting edge science. We are literally on the edge here of the next evolution. And in terms of freedom, I don't know, I mean, we've had, oh gosh, the most incredible experience. Like the sheer fact that we get to choose where we spend this time on the planet.
Over Corona?
Yeah, we've chosen to spend the time in Bali because it's a beautiful island and we're able to do stuff here that maybe we can't do everywhere else. So we have that freedom of choice because we have this freedom, and that is something that we're just so passionate about being able to share with everybody. All right, next slide. All right, this is amazing because this is really, you know, as you'll learn a little bit later, some of the people have really, I guess, taken Nikola Tesla's work and expanded it, and that's the space that we're working in. But it was Nikola Tesla that said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I know that at the moment, that's a really it's almost like an on-trend thing to talk about energy, frequency, and vibration. But if I take away the science aspect, just so that you guys can, I guess, mentally conceptualize what these different things are, because this is the space that we're really going to be talking about, is that, you know, energy is like the song of a frequency is like the words inside the song that kind of tells you what to do, and vibration is like the rhythm of the song. So that's a nice way, I guess, to conceptualize how energy, frequency, and vibration work. But tonight specifically, we're really going to be talking about frequencies and how they interact with our different energies. Okay, and we also know that at the leading edge of biophysics today, scientists know that it's actually frequencies that talks to our molecules. So before, if we look at, say, pharmaceuticals or supplements and things like that, they're interacting with us on a molecular level. This is on that next level, that deeper level, if you like. And we know now that frequencies are actually what control that molecular level.
Everybody needs to read the disclaimer. I hate reading disclaimers, but I read it for you guys. Okay, so for every country, we have different disclaimer. And now for the USA, we have the disclaimer. Healy is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the US FDA for relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has a non-medical applications to use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body, relieve stress. Always use your Healy in accordance with its instruction for use. That's a beautiful disclaimer. Beautiful, short and sweet. All right. So now, what is the Healy? That is the Healy here. The beautiful picture you see, this is the little Healy device. I know it's very fashionable. And it actually, the amazing thing, there are frequencies is not old. As you know, Nikola Tesla came up already and brought out many, many amazing quotes, what we're using today, almost every day. Markus Schmiedke and the guys from Time Waver, the guys who invented it, now continuing basically the work of Nikola Tesla. Now, why is Healy different to all those other frequency devices? First of all, it's the only real portable device that we can control from our smartphone. Second of all, Healy has as the only advice, together with the Time Waver. The Time Waver is the mother of Healy, the father, the big brother. Healy has as the only frequency device in the world a quantum sensor. That quantum sensor is able to analyze frequencies from your own bioenergetic field, from your own system, from your body, and through the analysis goes back to the Healy and picks and chooses out of a range of 144,000 so-called gold frequencies exactly the frequencies you need right now the most. So, and again, we talked about this before. There is a frequency for simply everything. So there's an energy program. Now, when you start the energy program, this energy program has a range of frequencies. You don't need all those frequencies. So all of these frequencies, they have positive effects on increasing energy on your body. But your body is very different to my body or to Terrence's body or to the cat's body. Everybody has a different bioenergetic field and everybody needs different frequencies. Now you need different frequencies than in 2 hours because you're changing all the time. Things are changing. And the quantum sensor is able to analyze your bioenergetic field and send you to this moment in time exactly the right frequencies.
So basically, it's able to analyze and then customize a program very specific to you to be able to deliver the specific frequency that you need. It's very specific.
So where is the Healy working on right now with the categories, what we have? It's working on the physical body. So we can actually feel it as discomfort. It's on our body and our mental body. So when we have mental balance problems or discomforts or disbalances, it works there too, on our emotions, on our meridians, which are the energy lines in our bodies, on our chakras, which are the energy centers of our bodies, our whole bioenergetic field, and also of the learning. Wait, I need to tell them to be a little bit more quiet.
Sorry, we also have a dinner party happening here in the background. But what is so beautiful about this is that it means that there's just so many spectrums in which you can market this. I know, Lisa, you had said, one of the things you'd really love to get across is how we're able to actually create freedom and abundance with this, is that if we're able to tap into the physical, the mental, the emotion, the meridian, the learning, we're able to impact so many people across so many different segments of the market. It's not like just going in somewhere and just having, I don't know, like some kind of weight loss shake and you're only needing to talk about weight loss and health. We're able to talk about so many other things, or just going in with a cream and only talking about anti-aging or something. It's literally, what is it that you need to really help you in your life to be able to come more in balance? And we have that for you. We have that right here in this tiny device.
What's interesting,
that's what's so beautiful about that.
What's interesting, we just had a conversation here outside exactly about this, and then we said, what would be the only problem later on when we have really so many people using the Healy? Finding niches, finding more niches, because there's a niche for basically anything you can imagine. Now we have so many examples. We have a lady, a friend of us in Australia. She's a TV character. She's playing in TV shows in Australia, and she knows all the cosmetic surgery clinics in Australia, and they giving Botox to people, and now they're using the Healy. And when you use the right programs after you have Botox, normally you're not of Botox, you have probably like swelling for a few days. Do you know that? But apparently you have swelling for a few days. Now you're using that Healy. These swelling can be reduced based on what these people told us, right? So she's only focusing on all her network on those clinics and give Healys to these clinics. So now these clinics, they give Healys to their clients. So they take the Healy home for 2-3 days, and after a day they go out without swelling. And now they selling so many Healys because these people just using the Healys for those swelling purposes, right? They borrow the Healy to the patient comes back, lost the device, of course he gets the Healy as well. And this is how the momentum is good. And it's just one niche, and there's so many different niches. There's niches in the NFL with the athletes, to recover faster after sport injuries or to recover faster after training or whatever. There are so many different niches what we can explore. And this will be probably one of the challenges later on, to find those niches where the Healy still can fit in, because all the other niches might be gone. So,
but yes, you guys, we'll talk about this a little later, but it's the fact that it can do all that it makes it a category creator.
Yeah.
Anyway, the unique thing about Healy. So if you ever have people saying, well, there are other frequency devices on the market, or what's so unique about your frequency device? Okay, these are the main things that are so unique. And I can tell you there's about another 100, but these are the main things that are so unique. One is that there is 144 different frequencies. Like 144,000 different frequencies. We have collected the best of the best, the people that really work in this space, those people that have been out there for the last 20, 30 years working in the space of frequencies, who are now part of our medical board, that we have now collected a lot of the different frequencies that they work with. So we have 144,000 different frequencies that we work with. Then we have this incredible quantum sensor, which is inside. This is actually Marcus Schmicke. You will learn a little bit about him in a moment. But the quantum sensor is what gives us the ability to be able to really customize those frequencies to you. So customize the exact number of frequencies that you need, how long you need them, exactly what needs to be delivered. It literally is a sensor inside that asks your body, yes, no, do you need this? Yes, no, do you need this? So that makes it really specific, really unique as well. And the fact that it's application-based. This is what means that it can become in the hands of the everyday person. It can come in the hands of millions of homes all over the world. I think Max already touched on the fact that Healy ultimately comes from the mother company, if you like, from TimeWaver. And TimeWaver distributed their much bigger machines, huge big machines, to practitioners and doctors and clinics and hospitals and things like that. But the dream was, how do we make frequencies part of people's everyday life? And we all know that every single person has one of these little things in their hands. So for them to be able to make it application-based has meant that it's now been able to be created for everyday people to have in their homes for everyone. So that is really
so
what makes it so unique.
Think about it. It sounds all super complicated, right? The quantum sensor, 144,000 gold frequencies, bioenergetic field. How does that all work? Guys, in the end of the day, the beauty is we don't really need to understand that. All we need to be capable of is being able to operate our phone, being able to send a WhatsApp message. If we know how to send a WhatsApp message, we know how to send frequencies to our body, because it's just opening the application, let Healy do his magic. And then it starts with programs like the Nunonina Gold Cycle. And what you see here right now is one of the categories, okay? Healy has all kind of different program categories. And the most generic program category is the Nunonina Gold Cycle. Why Nunonina? It's a funny name. It's actually one of the partners of Healy. And he is actually the creator of the 144,000 gold frequencies and a dear friend and partner of Marcus Schmicke. So the Gold Cycle alone comes with any package that will be purchased from the Healy. And it's the most generic and maybe even the most beautiful cycle. All the other cycles or program categories are very specific. So you have the specific fitness and learning and so forth. We go into this in 1 second. But the Gold Cycle itself, based on our own experience, each of us and all the Healy users basically always use a Gold Cycle program a day, because it's so good. It has everything you need basically is in this Gold Cycle. Pure, for example, the first program is a detoxifying program. And it's a program which is so needed right now, because first of all, it's not only detoxifying your physical body, but right now it's also detoxifying our mental and emotional body, because we get bombarded with with negative exposure, with negative external influences through the COVID, through the media, through the fear, what's going on, always worries and so forth. So this is also a toxic in our system, which need to be detoxed, which need to be cleared. And Pure is a beautiful system, a beautiful program. You sit down, you relax, you feel good, and you really feel how it's detoxing your whole system. And this is one of the programs which is, it's wonderful. For me, it's every other day program, basically. Care is for boosting the immune system. Balance for balancing your bioenergetic field. Being is for emotional well-being. It goes more into the emotional area. Energy is already saying the word. Relax is already saying the word. Release is for all kind of discomfort, releasing the discomfort. So it's a beautiful program as well. So as you can see, there's 7 really generic programs, and then we can go deeper. And those are more different categories now. And you can see those categories go specific into areas. So local stimulation is pain and psyche also. It depends on which market you are in. And some we have to call it local stimulation. Some we can call it pain and psyche, depending if we have a medical device or a non-medical device. For a medical device, it's psyche and pain. For non-medical devices, local stimulation. And there you have very specific frequency programs for specific areas, even in local discomfort and tooth discomfort or migraine anxiety. And you go on, and you have learning, for example. Learning is for focus and for exam. If you have a teenager studying, or you, for example, working on a laptop all day, use the learning frequencies to stay sharp, to stay focused. You have fitness frequencies. I love the fitness frequencies after the gym for regeneration, for muscle, or before the gym for stamina in order to work out harder. You have job and sleep. Job is, it's amazing. It has fatigue. It has activation. When you feel tired in your brain, you use activation frequencies, you start thinking very clear again. So you have all those wonderful benefits depending on what area you want to use your frequencies. And again, there's a frequency for everything. You have sleep. So if you have trouble sleeping, or you have like a very short deep sleep, try those sleeping frequencies. Measure your deep sleep with a Healy watch. We can talk about this later, and you see the differences. So, and it goes on and on. Beauty and skin, what I said before, you have anti-aging frequencies, you have mental balance frequencies, you have the meridian 1 and 2 frequencies, which is all the energy lines, your organs, frequencies for any organ in your body. The bioenergetic balance too, the chakras, which are all the energy centers in your body. So if you ever like to meditate, if you not meditate, you really should meditate, especially to this time of our in the life. This one is like meditation on steroids. Combine it with the right frequencies, frequencies for your energy center, you'll feel the difference. Then, protection program. All those programs, what I was reading to you, are applied with cables. The protection program is really beautiful. You just put the Healy next to your bed. And right now we're going through the 5G time, to a lot of electrical EMF radiation and so forth. We can protect ourselves, boost our bioenergetic fields, improve, protect our bioenergetic fields with the right frequencies. And we just put the Healy next to us, start the program, and let him do this magic. Or we put it in our pocket while we're going through the airport, for example. So those are the programs. The Deep Cycle loss. The Deep Cycle is a whole detox retreat. It's a 12th program in the category. It's a whole detox retreat. Apparently it was created by Norwegian scientists. I don't know how many years ago, apparently for the NASA, for some people who go through a lot of toxins in order to clean their systems. It's a free cycle as well. For everybody who buys the most standard version, the Healy Gold package, will get the Deep Cycle also for free into the package.
But we're doing a fun little program next week where we use the Deep Cycles during one of our fasts.
Oh yeah, exactly. We created a Facebook group. So for everybody who's not in a Facebook group, maybe let yourself invite to this Facebook group. It's called Quantum Evolution. And we share all kind of videos, how we apply the frequencies, how we, for example, make an analysis, a resonance analysis on pets, how to apply frequencies on pets, how we do that on ourselves. We do webinars, we do educational videos.
Just how we use it in everyday life.
Basically share our life with Healy on that Facebook group, right? We can share it later in the chat and tell you the name. So next week we're planning to do a 3-day fast, or 5-day fast, was it? 3-day fast?
3 days.
3 days, more than enough. And we'd use the Deep Cycle for the 3-day fast. So we're going to actually film ourselves and document it all on Facebook. So these 3 things here are the applications. As you can see, like the red one here, the first one, it's a local application. So you are able to use patches. For example, for local discomfort in your shoulder, you can use a patch up and below your shoulder, and the frequencies go right through the discomfort. So it's very efficient on a local application, on a local spot. The second one are ear clips. So the ear clips are used if you're, for example, have anxieties, migraine, or you want to focus sharp.
Really anything in this space.
Basically everything around this space, right? And the last one is the most generic. I would say 90 to 95% of all the programs, we use those frequencies on the wrist, so it goes through all our system. And these are the 3 ways of applying the Healy, but the next way, of course, is also using the Healy just completely without programs. Can you explain? You want to say that?
Yeah.
Can you explain which programs you use? Sorry, we're reading a question. With connectors, whistle, or patches? So look, you see now this picture here of all the applications, right? You can see before you start a program, the picture will come up, and that will tell you if you use it on a local side or on your wrist or on your ears. That's very simple.
No, but in the point is that in the US they can't use the ear clips, right? So, but it doesn't really matter because the thing is frequencies tap into everything. So you will still it will tell you which one to use. So if it wants you to use the patches, it will tell you to use the patches. If it wants you to use the wristbands, it will tell you to use the wristbands.
And to be honest, the funny thing is I have seen people using patches on their ears as well, or patches on their head. You know, so think about it. Local application, you put a patch here, put a patch here, the frequencies go through your head. If you have, for example, headache or anything like that, you can use it like that too. Just as an alternative, right?
And Max, the ear clip page does say either ear clips or the patch on that bony part behind your ear, the mastoid.
Or on the bony part behind the ear. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think look, we can all experiment around, right? There's so many different like for example, my friend, she used menstruational pain when she had her menstruation, and that's also with the patches. But she used it on her wrist, and it took her, I can't say that, it's her testimony, it took her less than 30 seconds, and she had no more pain for this one. It just took it away. And I don't know, this is what she said, right? So and she used it on her wrist instead of the patches on her belly. So they are different, the frequencies reach your system anyway, so just be creative with that if you can't use the ear clips. Okay, so what was this question? Meet the team.
Meet the team, and this I love. Yeah, like I have to say that, you know, the product is just such an incredible product. It really, really changes people's lives. I mean, I've been in the wellness space for 20 years, and I've really never seen anything that has so many incredible testimonials. But one of the reasons is the team behind it. And I think this quote here again from Nikola Tesla and you know, Marcus, because Marcus is carrying on his work as well. But it says, you know, the day that science begins to study the non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than all the previous centuries of its entire existence. And I love this because this is exactly the space that we're really talking about. We're really talking about, you know, energy, frequency, vibration, that non-physical phenomena, that stuff that I think before people think is kind of this like almost magical space, woo-woo magical space, but we now have the science behind all of this. And when you start to, you guys, I'm so excited for you guys because you're about to experience it. You guys are about to get your Healys and feel what it's gonna do to you guys and what it's gonna do to your friends and family and people around you. It really is. It's just a truly incredible space. And it's that space that these guys here are really working in. I mean, Marcus is an absolute, he's the guy that really invented, I mean, he's the owner of Time Waver and really the inventor of Healy. He invented the quantum sensor, and it's that quantum sensor that is really what makes Healy so special because we're able to customize programs to people. But this guy's a genius, right? He's an absolute genius.
And not only a genius, he's a really lovely soul. Like he is just a simple he's a vegan, he's a good person. He used to be a monk for 12 years. When he was 18, he moved to India becoming a monk, so really to understand how is spirituality connected. So he was always looking for answers, right? And today he's one of the most known quantum physics in the world. And as she said, he's the inventor of Time Waver and Healy. And one more time to all the new people on the call or new people for Healy, Time Waver is a device only made for doctors, medical practitioners, certified therapists, right? And we have 2,500 or meanwhile 3,000 of them around the world, and they've been using those frequency devices in order to give sessions to all kinds of clients around the world. And the results have been so astronomical, astonishing, that the idea really came up, how can more people benefit from those frequencies? Because if we are here in Bali, we don't have anybody with Time Waver, right? But now we have Healys here in Bali. So everybody can now finally experience those frequencies also here in Bali without flying to Australia, where we have 2 time waiver therapists, for example, right? So Time Waiver is a 15-year-old company. It's the market, is the world leader for this technology, for frequency therapy. And this is not only a beautiful product which we can bring into the social selling and the network marketing and say like, wow, it's a unicorn, no competition and so forth. No, it's actually really a 15 years of development behind this product, studied, tested, applied on over 500,000 cases. So it is really so much knowledge behind this, right? And he's the creator of this amazing technology. I have to mute something. You talk, I mute because I can't do 2 things at the same time.
Of course you can. Move to the next slide. We'll talk about Nananina.
Okay.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so Nananina, it was actually Marcus who then met with Nananina, who actually had created these beautiful frequencies, had worked out which frequencies work with what, with all of his clinics. I mean, he is the physician to a number of very well-known celebrities and football stars, Cristiano Ronaldo, who's obviously very famous in wherever he's famous. Portugal. I don't know.
Worldwide.
I don't know soccer. Anyway, it was the marriage of these two, I guess, him having frequencies, and then Marcus creating the quantum sensor that was able to be put into this very small device, which was really the birth of Healy. I'm going to go to the next slide, please.
Yeah, I couldn't mute him.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe let me tell this one here as well. So here, look, we have this amazing technology of the quantum sensor, which is able to analyze our bioenergetic field and able to detect what kind of frequencies we need right now the most. But obviously, one of the guys is Nuno Nina, who developed those 144,000 gold frequencies. But we also have a full medical advisory board with all the main experts around the world using frequencies since decades on their patients, on their clients, knowing exactly what kind of frequencies you need if you can't sleep, what kind of frequencies are good for low energy. For example, Dr. Karen McMacken, she's very famous in the USA. She's one of the main persons using and applying frequencies since decades already in the USA for the NFL, for example. And there's one case, please, if you don't know her, Google her. And Google her and find a YouTube video when she's talking about applying those frequencies to the NFL. And there's one case which is so special. There was one guy, he broke his foot in a game playing football. And he went to the hospital, and they said, you have to have a surgery and you can't play football for 6 months. She was treating him right after the surgery with the right frequencies. And this is all documented. After 5.5 weeks, he was able to play the Super Bowl. Instead of 6 months, what they predicted, he was able to play the Super Bowl in 5.5 weeks with her frequency. So now she is on the medical advisory board from Healy. Her knowledge is coming in from the medical advisory board. Wait, I had to move. Sorry, I'll get distracted. Okay, I don't get it. No. So, and we have so many more of these people, right? So there is not only the technology, which is outstanding, but behind the technology is the knowledge of all those doctors, professors, therapists, practitioners using frequencies since decades and having all this experience and bringing it to Healy. So Christian Halper, you want to talk about Christian Halper?
Yeah, we'll talk about Christian Halper, but I just see Barbara asked us what's the difference between Healy and the Rife machine, and we get asked that a lot. Actually, the Rife machine just doesn't have as many frequencies by far. We have 144,000 frequencies. But we also have a lot of the technology of Rife within our machine, so it's almost not comparable. But Christian Halper, he is, for me, I always think if you really want to understand, I guess, the intention of a company and understand the intention about where it's going and why it exists and what's happening with it, is follow the money. And this is ultimately, this guy here is the guy that invested into Healy and into Time Waiver. He is a conscious investor. He is a billionaire with a B, 3 times over. He just invests in beautiful things like green energy, and he is not here because of the money. We are very lucky because we get to have we make incredible abundance because of this, because of sharing it, because the more people that you impact, the more income you make. But, you know, for him, he's already a billionaire 3 times over. So he's certainly not doing this for the money. He is doing this to create impact with people. And he has seen how incredible the frequencies are. He's seen how incredible, you know, what impact we can create with this. And so he is here really to really support this and to really support us, I guess.
It's his vision. It's his vision.
Throughout the world.
He's really, he's a game changer. He really wants to see this world changing for a better. I mean, if you make billions 3 times over, eventually, you know, money is maybe not your first intention anymore. And this is really beautiful. So this guy is investing in sustainable and eco-friendly energies. He has a very famous vegetarian and vegan restaurant chain over Europe. And he's also like, sometimes we can't reach him because he's just gone for a month meditating somewhere in India, you know, because he is this kind of person. Like, he is not a typical billionaire, what you imagine to be a billionaire. He is really a guy who wants to change the world. And his vision came up and said, we want to bring 100 million families around the world a Healy, so we can raise the consciousness of humanity and go really to different levels and make people aware. And this is the new age, what we're moving into right now.
And this is the thing, like, this is the guy who's backed behind the goal of let's bring 100 million families and have a Healy. I mean, guys, do you want to be part of that? So just think we are right on the tip of that, of this person and the rest of the collection, of bringing that vision to life.
Yeah, it's a startup, right? But a startup with billions in the back.
I know. This is the thing, right? You have, you know, often with a startup company, there is tremendous upside. We all know, we've all heard the stories of Facebook and Google and Apple and all those sorts of things. But typically startups, you know, they fall away because they don't have the investment and the funding behind it. We are so fortunate to be such a well-funded startup with someone who's just so passionate about bringing frequencies to the world, of bringing this vision to life.
And once again, now is the time we're opening USA. And what is the most beneficial time to be with a startup? Of course, the beginning. And what is the most, this is the most rewarding, but of course you have the most risk as well. But since we have a billionaire backing us up, the risk, yes, is quite minimized. However, I tell you quite honestly, and also you have to understand that, and this is very important, the road can be bumpy sometimes because we are still a startup. And the back office, for example, is not as sophisticated as it will be in 6 months from now, right? So I always recommend, if you want to have a perfectly functioning back office and everything like that, then come back in 6 months or in 1 year and you have the most beautiful thing and surrounding and fundament, everything will be perfect for you. But of course, the opportunity is not always and not anymore the same, because it's going to be B investment, C investment, and so forth from a startup. We right now still at A. We have everything. The things are perfect. Let's call it 89%, but we're not at 100% yet with the things. But the opportunity is by 1,100%.
Yeah, incredible. All right, let's find some testimonials.
Let's find some testimonials.
Yes, and this is what I love. I love hearing the testimonials from people. I know if you guys have a testimonial, I'd love if you could put up your hand, just chuck it into or put into the chat section.
Yeah,
there,
make a message and please share. Sharing is caring.
I know
guys.
I have some of my Australian team at least on here, so I know
These
that
are
you
those
guys have definitely been using the Healy for a long time. So
just shout it out, guys. Whoever wants to share a testimony, let's go.
Yeah.
Sarah Andros, or who first? Sarah Andros, you want to talk?
Sure. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. I was going to put my earphones in. So welcome. Hi to all the Americans as well. Lovely to be launching into your country. So for me, nearly a 48-year-old woman, I was approaching menopause. And I found that for about 11 months, I wasn't really getting a proper period. And it was just an interesting time with all my hormones going all over the place. I was getting a lot of bloating. And I wasn't really having a proper cycle. And so when I first had my scan done, I was really impressed that it picked up that menopause and hormones and one other one had come up as a priority. So I sat and I had the 2 programs ran. I ran the hormones and menopause. And I noticed in the next couple of days, things were changing in my abdomen. Things seemed to be shifting. I actually had a chiropractic adjustment. And about 2 weeks later, I had a full period return. And then another month after that, another full period. And my Pilates instructor had noticed that I'd put on 4 centimeters at my waist. And after all of this and after all the programs and everything returned, I've actually lost weight. So it's like all that bloating has changed. My hormones have been reset and my cycle's back. So how does it get better?
Amazing testimony. That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Who else did we have raise a hand?
I'm here.
Ooh, oh, Ness.
Can you
That's
guys?
Oh,
It's
I
Nez.
No, that's Nez.
I don't know if you can see me. I'm actually on my phone. You probably can just hear me, right?
right.
Oh yeah, because you don't have
Oh,
the
how do
video.
I? Oh, hang on. Here I go. Hey.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
So I've been part of Healy since Taryn first told me about it, and I was just mind blown when she called me from wherever she was in the world and said there's this amazing product. And if it can do what it can do, which she realized it could, it was going to be life-changing, and it certainly has. I am inseparable with this little device. I used to have chronic pain through a nerve injury that was in my spine. So my hands were constantly in chronic pain. My arms were in chronic pain. And I have no chronic pain in my back even. I've got scoliosis, all that's gone. All that chronic pain that I'm supposed to have because of my chronic scoliosis is gone. My arm pain's gone. I can do whatever I want. I can high five people. I can massage people. I can hold babies, all those little things that I couldn't do before. And I'm financially free in like 2 months of doing this thing.
Yes, Ness.
Actually, the first month that I tried. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and I remember Ness was texting me on Facebook 3 days ago. Dude, what's going on? What happened? It was just trying. And I don't want to share her numbers, but it's unbelievable. But you're an animal, okay, Ness? You sharing is caring really became your life motto. So it is maybe not everybody can do what you do, but I think actually everybody can do what you do if they really want to. So this
you know what, Max? This thing, I can't even see myself. I don't know where I am. There I am. This thing is not hard to sell. You just walk around with it and people are like, what's that? And you just like scan them and it's so accurate and they're like, oh my God, I want one. It's really not that hard.
It is
so it sells itself, and people are looking for something outside of big pharma. Like big pharma couldn't help me for years. Doctors, unfortunately, that I spent thousands of dollars on couldn't help me. And this little thing did, and I'm not lying. I swear this thing works. Like I was really skeptical, as Taryn knows. And then one day I could go to Pilates and lift 1 kilo weights, and I was like, what the hell? This is weird. And then I was like, okay, I'll go again, still not thinking it was this. Okay, so it wasn't placebo. And then I was like, I called Taryn 2 weeks later and I was like, I think this thing works. So then I was all in. And I've got countless stories, like countless ones, but I'll keep it short and sweet. I love it.
Thank you so much, Ned. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. I think we have Lisa.
Yeah, I have so many testimonials. I could have a whole day's worth of testimonials. So I'm just going to pick my most recent, which was this morning. I woke up and my lower back hurt. And, typically I would have just picked the local pain program, but instead I did a resonance scan, and I did the resonance scan on the pain and psyche page. And back pain didn't even come up. So then I did a scan on the gold cycle and release came up. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And sure enough, I ran the release program and my back pain was gone. And some other quick things that it's helped for me. It's gotten rid of my insomnia, my hot flashes. I lost 6 pounds after running the weight program one time. Again, I could go on and on, but it's amazing the things that this helps and how quickly it helps so many areas of your life.
Thank you, Lisa. I know.
It's Peter. I'll come out and say a couple things if I can get a chance. Thanks.
Go ahead, Peter. We're listening.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm very inspired by the Australians. What exciting news for you all. I didn't realize that it exploded to that level. Actually, Max invited me a little over a year ago to come to an event. I was over in Bangkok at the time doing some other business, and he invited me to the meeting. And I'll be honest with you, I was extremely skeptical, but I sat in the presentation, got a chance to meet some of the key guys today, and so I ended up getting my hands on the Healy, thank goodness. And just to give you a testimony, I did the Healy analyze, and it actually talked to me about the fact that I was overweight. And I'm not like really overweight. But I've been running the weight program. I've lost 12 pounds, and I swear I didn't change my diet or anything. I just wanted to see if it would function at the level that it said it would. It's pretty unbelievable. And of course, I use the gold and the pain programs for a couple different things, but this weight issue thing is pretty amazing. So again, we're excited about USA opening. I'm here in Florida. Thank you.
Awesome, Peter. Good to see you, my friend. And happy,
Yeah.
hey, happy for your 12 pounds. That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
I haven't really been on these Zoom things before. But yeah, well, you have to be grateful because they have noticed a change, and it definitely brought a change to Sarah and with how things were going in her life, and you know, even to our relationship and everything. So.
And I'll agree also with the finances too. So it's a win-win. You know, you get the physical benefits, and then you get the benefits that overflow into your relationship, like you were saying, and then the financial ones too. So
I had a friend 2 days ago in New Zealand, and he suffers from chronic back pain. And he was running through the resonance 8 hours in the night, just leaving the Healy next to him, just next to him. And it was vibrating into his field. And the next day he wakes up and he said, like, okay, I woke up without pain. I'm still skeptical. I don't know. I was scratching the day before, but I run and it seems to be very good. This is what he said, you know, and I know it's from the Healy. You know, it's so incredible. And he not even touched the Healy with the electrodes, you know. Guys, we going into areas we can't even imagine where we're going to. This is so much bigger than what we can't imagine. We just simply can't imagine where it's going.
And I think, you know, I guess we're going to now enter into the space about why we chose Healy. And when you listen to those testimonials, I mean, it makes it pretty clear why you would choose Healy, right? Because just the impact that it has. And I'm telling you now, like once it starts to launch in the USA, like it did in Australia and every other market that we've been in, once it starts to launch there, you have the most beautiful testimonials just flooding through. And, you know, it doesn't have any competition. I mean, there is nothing else like this on the market. There is nothing else that works at this level of the human body, of the human existence, of the human spirit, of energy, of emotional, spiritual, physical, mental. There is nothing else like this on the market. So we are a category creator. We have nothing else like this. We are a unicorn product, nothing else as well in the near future that'll be coming through. We have so many beautiful patents as well on our products. So we've been able to, I guess, you know, to maintain that. And we're backed by this just beautiful, you know, a group of conscious and spiritual founders, the leaders and the communities that surround it. You know, we, as I shared before, have a look at the people that are really behind this product. And, you know, they are conscious because they truly are. Not because right now it's a very trendy thing to do to be conscious. They're conscious because they truly are, because they truly do want to impact the world, because all of these words that we say are exactly the actions that they're wanting to do. So that's, you know, I as I said before, follow the money, you find the intention of a company.